Yeah. It's pretty wild what you can do with, especially with the paid versions of the AI. There's quite a bit you can do.
Yeah,
It's impressive.
I only use free stuff. So,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
my thing is, if it's that good for free, think of how well and how good like governments and like the big industry guys, they can just go. They don't need people anymore. You know.
yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that AI will be able to do, but I have a feeling it's going to be very much like the internet, where it has a this huge hype cycle, like we're in the middle of right now, and then
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna pop, and then the dust settles, the real use cases are gonna come, and then people are going to apply it in new fields and new jobs and new ways of doing things.
Yeah, I blame David Hogg for that though. He's got me addicted to this. I was doing so much AI artwork before for comic types,
Yeah.
pictures and that. And I really like doing that. I mean, that's to me, that's like my mother doing puzzles when she was alive. All right, so like, oh yeah, it's just time consuming, and you come up with some really cool stuff, but this music stuff, man, I can do different themes and different things with it that I don't know. Uh-oh. Roger said he made a cool song about bullhorn in UCS yesterday with Jack in it, where Jack's a merman. Oh my God! Don't, no, no. If Roger made it, he's gonna make it sound like some sort of frickin' disco tune. From like the early '70s or mid '70s, where when you hear it, you're
Some
thinking,
of that
"Oh my
staying
God,
alive.
Travolta's dancing to it." No,
Yeah. Night
old
Fever.
Travolta, not young Travolta, old,
Oh, okay.
old Travolta.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Like, did you see his Travolta's commercial? He did one for Christmas, and it was just like a take on the old song he did for I don't know, whatever. I can't remember that Grease Lightning song. It was a take on that Grease
yeah,
Lightning song that he did. I forget what show that is, but anyway, it was just it's so sad to see all of these actors doing commercials now. You can tell Hollywood's dying, and it's just all of the old guys that can't let it go. They're all just they need that next paycheck coming in to keep their lifestyle going.
mm-hmm. Balthier GR in the party chat. How's it going, Balthier? He's a gamer. A lot of these folks that tune into us are gamers trying to get educated. And
Uh
hear Willie.
Good.
And hear Willie. Which actually, lowers the IQ. What did you say it was? That it before that when we listen to Willie, our IQ lowers by how many percent? I forget. But anyways,
Yeah, like 10 points.
yeah.
That's per show, though. So it adds
Yeah.
up strikingly over time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a compounding effect, really.
Yeah, especially if you've listened to us for over 5 years now. No, well.
Wonder what's Willie's got to talk about tonight.
Oh, you never know.
Never know. Never
just
know.
hope he
There's
doesn't-
lots of crazy out there.
I hope he doesn't try to sell his underwear again.
You got the aliens to talk about, that's for sure.
yeah, I seen that. I don't know.
I mean,
What
all I'm saying is
what the-
if the aliens are real, I'm starting an alien refugee leering center. That's all I'm saying.
What I want to know is if they are coming in, how How do we do immigration with them? All right, you can't put a wall up. All right, you can't dig a trench. You know.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just gonna get in on the grift. I'm starting an alien refugee center. It's gonna be the quality Leering Center for alien refugees, and we'll go from there. You know.
I hear they have a fecal fascination for dominoes, but anyways, I don't know, but that's what I was told. All right.
Yeah. I personally welcome our lizard overlords.
Lizard overlords.
The lizard people.
They're always tuned in to us.
Yeah. It's so funny. The world, like Barack Obama says aliens are real. Trump says that basically aliens are real, and everybody's like, yeah, we heard you. We got other things going on right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What is going on with my microphone?
Hey, there's that Doc 420 guy in the Rumble chat. I heard he's pretty cool.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Occasionally. Though, if you ask my wife, not at all.
I need to send you that
right.
one song that I made about going fishing for the giant megalodon, Doc. All right. And you get...
Hey, I'll be right back. I gotta restart.
Okay. And getting clobbered over the head, you know, and then waking up in a cave with a big to-do list. I always tell from when my kids were little, they used to always ask me, Dad, where did you meet Mom? I'm like, well, it all started out, you know, pretty good. One day I was out fishing for the giant megalodon in the Brazos River just outside of Three Rivers Stadium, you know, in Pittsburgh. So, and then I got this clobber over the head, and I woke up, and there she was. That ain't true,
funny.
Dad. Oh, yes, it is. Believe me.
You weren't there, were you? I was there.
You know, I said, you think it's bad? I said, I remember dinosaurs. You know? They were just dying out after I was born, but they were still around, all right? But, you know, you can ask your grandmother and your grandfather and all the others that are older than me about it. And they'll tell you stories about Fred Flintstone and Mr. Slate. You know?
Yeah. Oh, man.
They'd look at me kind of funny, and I'd put on the Flintstones for them, and they're like, "Oh, you knew that guy, Dad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I did."
These are documentary films,
Yeah,
didn't
it
you
is.
know?
This is how we did shows back in the day. Yeah. This is better than Animal Planet, documented by Hanna-Barbera. You know.
Flintstones were classics.
They were.
That's for sure.
I said, what about that guy, George? I'm like, I don't know George that well. He's from the future, I heard.
With his boy, Elroy.
Yeah. Jane, his wife.
Yeah, that's right.
Daughter, Judy.
Those were big in my house. My brothers were just a little bit older than me, and so, like, being the teenage stoners that they were after high school, it was cartoons after high school.
Yeah.
And I got like Heathcliff and the old Garfield and stuff like that. That's like they'd come home from school hanging out with their buddies, and that's what they'd put on.
Yeah,
I remember
like
those old
Thundar, the Barbarian, and what was the
Oh,
other
yeah.
one? The Herculoids. Those were awesome cartoons. You know, and Super Friends, all the way from the very beginning of the Super Friends until they got kind of woke towards the end. You know?
I'm more of the Thundercats generation.
Yeah.
And what's the other one? The one with the robots that not Megatron is the Transformers.
Transformers, GoBots.
No, there's another one. Oh, what is it? Oh, the 4 lions or the 5 lions that come together into one big
Voltron
robot.
Force. Yeah.
That's right, Voltron.
Yeah, you
that's
got
right.
Well, you have the Lion Force, and then you had the space guys. I always liked the space dudes better.
Yeah, that's I grew up with those ones. Those were my
from days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe comes the legend.
Then oh yeah, and the G.I. Joe was huge when I was a kid.
Yeah, the
like
more
G.I.
you know.
Joe, yep.
The more
that was
you
like
know.
every kid my age watched that show.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Those were great cartoons. Fighting for freedom.
And the American way.
Roger, I stopped watching the Super Friends in, what was it, about 79, 80. I stopped. When they started bringing in all those other folks in that weren't really part of the...
I'll be right back, guys.
The group, the Hall of Justice that was... Now, I can imagine, some of the villains... they never updated the villains like that. They only updated, like, the heroes. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just, they had their own club. That's why you didn't see too much of Plastic Man.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Mark, you're the biggest nerd I've ever met.
I am. You see Spider-Man over there with Carnage and Venom. Of course.
Oh.
Roger's trying to tell me it wasn't woke back then. I'm like, no, but we had to wait all these years to come up with a term for it. Yeah. So what kind of adventures have you and Blue been doing?
Same old. Go for walks out in the desert. Saw a snake the other day. Wasn't a rattler though.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell it was.
Oh, sorry about that,
guys. It was a snake. That's the biggest thing. And it didn't bite you or Blue, so that's a good thing.
No. Yeah. No, it was just like I had to like distract her and make her go away from it, like don't fuck with it. I don't know. Like it's not a rattler, but I don't know what it is, so just don't mess with it,
Don't mess with it. That's a good thing. Does she apparently she listens better than me, so yeah.
I was on a hike with her in Colorado a couple years ago, and I came across a tarantula and a rattlesnake in the same ravine that I was going through. There's a rattler on one side and a tarantula on the other.
Wow, I'm surprised you haven't run into scorpions too.
I probably have in some degree, but I just it's nighttime and they're hard to see unless you have a black light.
Yeah, they glow.
Yeah. Without a black light, though, you'll never really see them.
I will tell you a story sometime if you ask me about a scorpion, but I won't do it on air. All right?
Yeah. And they're typically not out when I'm down here. I'm down in this part of the country in the winter when they're hibernating.
This was in Panama, I can tell you that. Maybe I got enough time and break. I'll let you know on in the 10-minute break before Willie comes in. All right, Roger is restreaming us now. Thank you, Roger.
Excellent.
Thank you, Roger.
I'm sure the Great Conspiracy, if he's seen us up already, has probably started restreaming us too. Let me go check.
Thank you, Great Conspiracy. Even if you're not, I still thank you.
Yep. Let's see.
I want to see Willie come out and be like, Canada played a better game. You know, there was that one of their players came out and said, yeah, they might have won, but who played a better game?
That would be something Willie would do and say.
Yeah. I mean, it was like 42 to 20 some shots on goals and yada yada.
Yeah.
Apparently the goalie was just...
Isn't Willie
magical.
a proud sponsor of the Canadian hockey and Olympics teams and things like that?
No, it'd just be fun to see him like totally not supporting America in a moment like this. Just going for Canada. But whatever. It ain't that big a deal.
You know he'll say he's doing it for Rizzo.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you gotta kind of feel sad for Canada. I mean, because this hockey was like the last thing they have besides syrup.
Yeah. We make way better syrup in our chemical factories than they make in their trees.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Just
I don't
ask
know.
Bill Gates.
That Vermont syrup is pretty tasty. I think I'll stick with Vermont syrup over that
Vermont.
Canadian syrup.
I've had syrup from back home too. It's pretty good in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, there are some. Yeah, there's a few
Did
people
we,
that used, back in the day when I lived there.
should
They
we
would
drop
make
out?
the
Yeah, let's
candy
go ahead and
rooms.
let's go ahead and change rooms, and I'll see you on the other side.
All right.
All right. We'll be right back. That was the pre-show for Censorship Sucks. We're going to get the real show up and rolling here in just a sec. So stick around. Do 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 do. Here we go, and we'll get Doc in here in just a sec. Admit. Here we go. Hello, hello,
Okay,
hello.
testing 1, 2.
2, 2, 2.
Good.
Say something, Doc.
I'm here. I'm alive.
Okay. Yeah. It's odd, man.
You having issues with
talking
your
right now?
stuff tonight?
Yeah, I'm losing audio here for some reason. Like, I can't hear you guys.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now. Well, you were talking a minute ago, though, right?
Yeah. No, I really wasn't. I was just fooling around with bells and
Okay.
whistles on my end.
Because you were lit up like you were talking, but I couldn't hear anything. I'm like, oh, shit. That's why I
Oh.
restarted earlier.
How's my? You can hear me okay now?
Yeah. Everything's
Okay.
good.
It was weird. Before, it seemed like it was, like, going out for about, like, 3-4 seconds at a time where I couldn't hear anything. But I might have just been, like, moments of silence where no one was talking, but you guys were lighting up like you were talking. You do that a
Made
lot,
my
Mark.
mic picking
You're
up
lit
the
up right now
background.
for me.
All right. You got 30 seconds.
Oh,
no,
Lord.
I gotta pee.
Oh no!
Oh, God.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! All right, here it comes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you are live and on the radio set for the very first time tonight, right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for February 22nd, 2026. And there we go. We almost got another month in the history books, and it's been an eventful one, huh, Doc?
Yeah. It's taken like 3.5 years, all jammed into this month, it feels like.
It kind of does, and I've got a lot of news tabs open to cover different articles out there, stories. And there's, it's not hard coming up with 2 hours of content every twice a week,
Not at all. Not in times like these, for sure.
Yeah. And I guess let's start out with the good news. I was teetering back and forth on which one of these stories to start with, but let's start with the good news. United States of America, both men and women, take home the gold in hockey. What a victory. Miracle on Ice, they're calling it, version 2.0. Really, I guess it came down to the goalie. America's goalie stopped like 43 shots on goal. 44, some crazy number.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And, they brought it home 2-1 in overtime. It's the first time America has won since the Miracle on Ice. So 46 years ago, 1980.
Yeah, that's going to make me really sad.
Yeah. Both the men and the women's team beat Canada to boot. So both of them had to go up head-to-head against Canada, and they both beat Canada. So bad day for them.
Yeah, but USA.
Exactly.
It's good. It's really good for the 250th anniversary to win something in Winter Olympics as big as the ice hockey. It's pretty big.
Yeah, exactly. And we've won a bunch of other stuff, too. I mean, let's not... there's all kinds of, I don't have the, comprehensive list in front of me, but I know I've seen all kinds of different Americans. Heck, there was even, not America, but this Norwegian guy set a record for the number of gold medals or medals that anyone's ever earned in an Olympic. That's pretty impressive. That's great for them.
Yep. Yeah. It's a shame that the Olympics got political and over the last couple of years and didn't just stay true to being a testament to athletic competition, because it really is some amazing athleticism that is on display every time they take place.
Mm-hmm. And it's for everyone, It's not just for the half of the aisle that supports their guy.
Exactly.
It should be for everybody. Now, having said that, the American hockey team, the men, were singing, some song in the locker room. They were calling, I can't remember the name of it. I'm sorry, I don't have the article in front of me. But calling it like a national anthem, kind of one of the big songs, like Proud to Be an American by Lee Greenwood. I think it might have even been another Lee Greenwood song, Red, White, and Blue, something or another. But they all knew the words. I wasn't familiar with it, but they all knew the words. They were singing along, and, pretty patriotic moment there. Now, is that divisive, though? Is that them singing a patriotic American song, country song, and the other half of the aisle looks at that and says, why do they have to be so political about it? Right?
The liberals will. I mean, the crazies will. But they don't like the Olympics anyway because there's too much flag waving. They watch for the other countries, so... let them be mad. I say celebrate it. Be patriotic. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that one dude who made, I guess, the winning goal. He lost 2 teeth somewhere in like the third period. And
I saw that, yeah.
And he's just happy as can be, no front teeth, just smiling away. He's got the gold medal, the whole 9 yards. And if I were him, I'd make that your thing, Roll with it, dude. Don't even replace those teeth. Just roll with it.
Yeah, it'll do well for his early career. I guarantee it. It'll make him stand out in a sea of perfect faces. He'll be there with his gold medal and his chipped tooth, and people will remember that guy for sure.
Oh, yeah. Or get some, I don't know, some patriotic, maybe gold teeth, right, to represent the gold.
There you go.
But Anyway, that's a bit of good news. The Olympics have been doing well, and like you said, the 250th anniversary of America. We're in it, folks. We're in it. This is the year. No going back, only going forward. 250 years of the United States of America. God bless her. And so let's keep the winning. Let's keep the winning going. On that note, let's talk about Mexico a little bit.
Ooh, having a rough day down there, they are, for sure.
Yeah. So one of their top drug dealers down there was assassinated last night, or about 1:20 yesterday afternoon, and all hell broke loose. Basically, the cartels started in 19 states now. There's some sort of activity of 32 states in Mexico. 10 of them had majored, but I've seen it up as high as 19 now are seeing incidents where the cartels are coming out and blocking streets. They'll stop an 18-wheeler, pin it, jackknife it in sideways on the road, light it on fire. Now no one's getting through.
Yeah, done
And
a
they've been
couple
doing
buses
this
like
all
that
over
as
the
well.
place.
Yeah.
Say that again?
They did a couple buses like that as well. I've seen some video of some buses, same thing. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Puerto Vallarta is, Guadalajara is involved. The airports, they went through the airports like shooting people, or at least shooting. I didn't necessarily see any footage of them mowing down civilians in the airport, but you hear the gunshots and you see, people stampeding basically through there, trying to get out, on the runway and running off the runway, wherever that's going to get you.
Any way to get out of the building, pretty much. They were heading out all the exits from what the drone footage was showing.
Yeah, scary stuff. And, if you're down there as an American, they're just saying to shelter in place. Don't go outside if you don't have to. You just shelter in place, stay close to home, don't go anywhere, and wait for word. There had been some reports, I'm hearing that they're pretty much not true, that they were rounding up American citizens to use them for blackmail or hostages or whatever. Now you're opening up a whole new can of worms if they do something like that.
Oh, yeah, if they were to do that, they would bring hellfire down on their heads. I think this was just a decapitation strike by the Special Forces. It looks like the U.S. Special Forces were involved, working at a tandem with the Mexican police. Yeah. And so they took out a head guy, and chaos ensued. But if this cartel were to start targeting U.S. citizens down there, we'd invade Mexico.
You'd almost have to. I mean, if they've got a bunch of hostages held up in Puerto Vallarta on the beach, they just close off the entire beach row resort there with all the Americans and Canadians and people from all over the world vacationing there. It would be strikes. You'd have to go in and rescue those people instantly. Black Hawks, the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, and I don't think the cartel's really that stupid. I think what they're doing is this is kind of like a territorial thing. They're showing off for the Mexican government because they're mad at the Mexican government working with the U.S. to take down a beloved leader of their gang. And this kind of stuff, they don't want it to spill over into their bread and butter, which is where they launder most of the money, is these kind of places. So I suspect that you'll see more assassinations of political figures in Mexico coming down the line as well.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a failed narco state, right?
Yeah,
it's
pretty much. Yeah,
it's like the worst neighbor you could possibly have at this point in time. And it's got stunning beaches, don't get me wrong. It's a really wonderful place, but they're not good neighbors. And so we need to do something about it. I don't know what. I'm not for going into Mexico, unless they get really out of control. If it really leads to, they've got 1,000, American hostages on the beachfront road there in Puerto Vallarta and head up in high rises. You got to do something. But short of that, no. Let them figure it out. Let them sort them out. Support the government. But what are we supporting with the government? There is no government.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I mean, we've talked about this before. It's hard to tell who's in charge down there because of how corrupt their political system is. Like, Scheinbaum really in charge of anything as the president of that country? Are the local governors who are in the pockets of the different cartels more powerful than she is? Do they have more control over their territory than she does? I mean, it's hard to tell like who you would work with. I think that's why we've sent in our own special forces to deal with the cartels, because we know we're not getting any real help from her.
Yeah, exactly. They're all on the take. We say it about so many countries, but it's especially true down there. If you're not on the take, you're not going to get in government,
Well,
right? You're just not going to get elected to any seat.
Yeah, exactly. This particular gang is actually a group of police officers who got trained in counter narcotics, who split off and created their own narcotics gang after they took out the leadership of the one gang in that area. That's who we're fighting with. So yeah, I mean, as soon as you train somebody to fight the cartel, they replace the cartel that's there and become more violent. It's just we have to kind of cut them off and let them deal with this on their own, unless, like you said, it gets out of hand with taking hostages, which I couldn't imagine the cartel being that stupid.
Why are they blocking off the roads? They're blocking off the airport. I mean, if you're down there on vacation, what are you going to do? Wait for a cruise ship to come and hopefully get on it and get out?
Well, yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, they do have roads blocked off and things like that. But the reality is that this is a negotiating tactic in cartel land with the Mexican government.
Yeah.
They're mad that their guy was taken out, and so they want some reparations from the government.
Yeah, what reparations do you guys want, though? You've got billions and billions of dollars. I mean, these guys were making through the Biden years, just on immigration alone, forget the drugs, they were making, billions and hundreds of billions of dollars, Yeah. And then add on the drugs, just stacking money on top of money on top of money. My Lord, what do they want, more power?
Yeah, more power. I would assume they'll probably angle for some more political positions.
Yeah, because at this point, it's not about the money, because you've got the money, you've got the women, you've got the power, you need the power.
Yep.
So
the more political control, the more political control they get, the more violent things seem to get, because they're fighting at a political level. It's different groups of police and military fighting each other. I mean, have you seen some of the gear these guys are equipped with? I mean, it's straight military equipment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I wonder where they got that.
I wonder.
We make our own beds sometimes, don't we?
Yeah, it's a shame. But, it is.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, let's move on here. I got a C-SPAN caller. You got to hear this. Okay, so this dude calls into C-SPAN the other day. His name is John Barron. And it's basically a fake name that Trump used to use. Sorry, I'm trying to get this thing to load. Let me just pull it up on... Oh, I know what I did. Sorry about that, folks. I restarted my system a minute ago, and I turned off all my internet.
Well, that will impede things, for sure.
Yeah, so let me correct that. And... now I'm just one click away from being back in business, so pardon the brief sidebar there. I probably don't even need that one. Gosh. I hate my eyes sometimes.
These things happen on live radio.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Oh, did I close it? Oh, God, I closed the tab. All right. I was going to play that clip for you, but I'm not going to now because I accidentally closed it, and it'll take me forever to go find it. But yeah, it was Donald Trump, man, or it was an impersonator. Sounded just like him. It was intentional. These guys, this lady's a fat pig. I don't care what she thinks. Just on and on.
Yeah.
Hysterical. Good times had by all.
Isn't John like his uncle's name, and Barron is his son's name? So it's yeah. That's pretty funny. Trump is a character.
Yeah.
He does like to likes to talk to the media. He really does.
He does, yeah, and that was a really interesting quote. I'll tell you what, I'll pull it up when we go to our next break. I'll pull it up and play it in the next segment, just because I know I can find it. I just don't want to spend time while I'm live on the air looking through the minutia of where I can best find that one. But let's go to the. We haven't seen one of these in a little while. Carolyn Levitt did a MAGA minute, and we haven't. It's been a minute, so let's hear what she had to say. These are great. I mean. I got to reload the page because I was online a minute ago, and when I opened, I went offline. So now I can open up the page again, reload it, and it will play. My Lord, it's been one of those nights, isn't it? Mark is loving it. I know my producer loves this stuff.
You almost think it's a Monday.
Yeah. So, all right, no clips tonight. That's the new rule. But yeah, all kinds of great stuff going on in the world. The one downside, the punch he took, the 1-2 he took was from the Supreme Court that didn't like the way that he did the tariffs under an emergency. Okay, they can't do these under an Emergency Powers Act. So he said, fine, I'll do it under this act, and it's now legal again. We're going to keep it in place, and it's 15% instead of 10. So there you go. Thank you very much.
Yeah. That tariff fight is going to be interesting. There is some legal precedent for them getting. They're going to have to fight it out in court over whether or not they actually owe the payback or not. That's going to take some time to figure out. But the thing about it that I find a little how rubs me the wrong way is Lutnick's family being involved in buying up that debt. Buying up the insurance payouts for the tariffs and making some money off this deal. Now, of course, it's 5-6 years down the road, but they're still going to make like a couple $1 billion on the deal. And I don't like the appearance of these kind of things going on in Trump's cabinet and in his administration. They make people look, like they're crooked. Whether or not they are is kind of irrelevant. It's the way it appears to the general population that his administration's just corrupt like all the rest. I hate the way that looks for him.
Yeah, and I don't know much about that side of it. You said Lutnick, who is exactly, remind me, what's his position again?
What I forget what he's him and Scott Bessent are the main two guys that advise the president on their economic policy, the tariffs, taxes, treasury, all of that stuff. I forget what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. Well, Bessent is Secretary of the Treasury, if I'm not mistaken.
Secretary of Commerce. So, that's right. Lutnick's the Secretary of Commerce. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. So he bought what? And this is a personal investment or not? Well, the government's money, his own money.
So he stepped away from his company, Cantor Fitzgerald, and his sons took it over. And his sons, when they were putting the tariffs in place, bought up the tariff insurance payouts. So because it went to court, if they got rescinded, there was be a payout. They would have to pay back those tariffs. The companies that get those tariffs or paying them out to cover them would get them money back, and they sold the rights to those tariff payouts for like 25-30 cents on the dollar to Lutnick's sons and Cantor Fitzgerald, and they own those payouts now.
Cantor Fitzgerald does, and in other words, were they purchasing it on behalf of the Cantor Fitzgerald clients or their own corporate portfolio or their personal?
I think it's for the corporate portfolio for Cantor Fitzgerald.
Okay.
So it's a legitimate investment. It's just that it's kind of insider-ish. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. It's optics. And, they do have an optics problem. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
The administration.
It's just one of the big things that there's a couple people in their administration that keep doing things that don't look good for the administration. And I just wish he would fix it because it would go a long way to helping secure a win in midterms, which is getting less and less likely as I see it. But we'll see how that goes. But
yeah. All right, so let's dive around the world a little bit. We've got a big protest the other day in France. There was a mathematics student who was working as a security guard for a women's gathering of conservative types, of conservative women. And he doesn't look like a huge dude, to be security. He's not like some beefy, massive guy. Probably didn't expect much of anything to happen. But Antifa showed up, and apparently 20 of them chased this guy halfway around a block and then beat him to death. Brain damage, done, dead. 21-year-old mathematics, student. And France is pretty pissed. A lot of people in Europe are speaking out. Now, Macron could care less. Emmanuel Macron came out and said, there's no lesson to be learned from this. I swear to God, he said, there's no lesson we're going to learn from this. There's nothing to learn from this. Stop saying that this is a learnable moment. I think it's a learnable moment, man. Antifa went out and bludgeoned a dude because he was trying to just be, trying to keep a women's event safe from what? From what's even going to be the risk there, right? It shouldn't be a thing.
Right. Yeah.
It shouldn't be risky at all.
It's crazy that France, the German Antifa is like this as well, from what I understand. I've heard some people say that they're very violent, extremely violent.
Yeah.
I mean, our guys are kind of, they're kind of laughed at by European Antifa. European Antifa will chase you down with hammers and like this guy beat you to death. And that's the learnable moment here, I think, for everybody is that the extreme left is extraordinarily violent and needs to be dealt with. That's the lesson I think people in France should be trying to pass on to Macron. I imagine that's what that protest they had was all about.
But I can't think of anything more fascist than going to your political opponent's rally and then bludgeoning one of their security details, so to speak, right? What's more fascist than that? To warn them, you will not meet. You must never, ever, ever meet again, or this will happen. This is what you get. Fascism. Straight up.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is. It's terrorism on top of that. You got fascism and terrorism all wrapped up into one. You're trying to make women afraid to speak up for their traditional values, and also scare anybody on the right into supporting traditional values. That's terrorism. You can't tolerate this kind of stuff and have a civilized society. But then again, we see what's going on with immigration in France and Germany, Europe, the rest of Europe. That's kind of the status quo for their politicians, isn't it? Just to let their people out in the wind.
Yeah, it's just wild to see them not caring at all about this. They just don't care. Macron really just treats this like it's an everyday thing. Who cares? No one got hurt, so to speak. Well, yeah, this guy got killed. Somebody did get hurt. Yeah. Oh no, no one really. It's just one guy. It's not a big deal. People die every day.
Yeah, that shows you how they view the regular people, doesn't it? I mean, just. You're not an individual to them. You're a number on a spreadsheet, and it's so disheartening for the European people. I hope that they follow England's lead and start making some ruckus and be more traditional, because it would be so much better for the rest of Europe if they would go the way of the England's going with the reform and restore, both being a little more right wing.
Yeah, it's it is what it is. They just keep pushing it, and like once people wake up, then they'll wake up and it'll be like, oh wow, is it too late?
Yeah.
Is it too late? That's the thing. Spain has just got on, when you talk about the slippery slope hypotheses, right? That slope that they're on just got real slippery and real steep.
Yes, it did. Yeah.
I mean, they just legalized 500,000 people turned into 1 million people inside of like a week. And, they just had 1 million people that were here, there totally illegally, Guess what? You're legal now. You can vote, and a lot of citizens are pissed. And guess what happened, man? Another million showed up the next day.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
if you're anywhere near that, if you're in France, southern France, or whatever, boom, get over to Spain as quick as you can. They're giving out citizenship, bro. You can go anywhere in Europe once you get that.
Yep. Yep. And we found this out. I think it was at Bulgaria. I think was selling citizenship, and that's how they were funneling a bunch of people into Bulgaria and getting them Bulgarian citizenship. One of those Eastern European border countries. And yeah, I mean, it just tracks like moth to light. They come right for it.
Yeah.
Every time.
So that'll be interesting. Europe's just got some issues going on, and they really need to fess up and open their eyes and look at it and say, wow, look how fast things are changing. Do we really want this? I mean, they say xenophobia. If you don't want to see this rapid, instantaneous change to society and everything you knew, you're xenophobic. What is xenophobic? Well, that's the fear of change. You know, the one constant in life is change. The one thing about life that just never changes is that it always changes, and things are always kind of a little bit different going day to day. But they call you xenophobic if you don't want to see the world change. And I don't mind it changing. I just don't want to see it radically change to the point where it's unrecognizable, where you get dropped off in London and it's just gone. It's not London anymore, at all. You don't even think you're on the continent of Europe anymore if you just get plopped down there. Heck, have you seen, you probably haven't, South Africa recently came out with their newest coverage of Google Maps. Okay.
Yeah.
And people have been going through time comparing the 2010, which is like the earliest coverage, to 2023, I think it is now, 2024 coverage. And it's night and day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's night and day. The other day I was playing, GeoGuessr. I love that game. And I got a African city. I knew it was left-hand drive and all this stuff, but it was such a dump. I didn't think it was South Africa. But that was just the new coverage. It has gone downhill so far. Like, they picked up the pavement. A lot of the pavements there were tiled over. Very nice.
Yep.
And so people would just kick up the tiles in the middle of the night, throw them in a truck, and then put them in their hut or their home or whatever. It's a free-for-all.
Yeah, the communists destroyed South Africa. They did.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah. What do they call it? The decolonization. Decolonization.
That's what they do to Europe. That's what the whole plan of the World Economic Forum and the EU is. They want to decolonize, deindustrialize Europe, and I guess replace everybody there with North African Muslims, apparently. It seems like, anyway.
Yeah, well, more power to them. That's as Cotton would say, that's a hell of a strategy. Good luck with that.
Right. It seems like a wild strategy, but let's see how it plays out for them.
Yeah. Let's see where they go with it, Cotton. Anyway. Here's an interesting story out of Canada Corner. There was the Tumbler Ridge shooter, the trans shooter that went, killed their family and went to a school, killed a bunch of people there. According to Post Millennial here, the funeral for the 12-year-old victim of trans Tumbler Ridge shooter was canceled over threats against the family. Right? There had been legitimate potential threats from direct threats made to our family about their safety by someone who seemed to be a very dangerous person. And, quote, we cannot risk any further endangerment to this community. So they have to cancel the funeral of a 12-year-old that was killed by an insane shooter, an insane madman, mad woman, mad gun person, I guess they call it.
Yeah, that was nuts. It's evident that Canada has a very similar problem that Europe does. They have a very violent, hardcore, left underground kind of terrorism going on. They had the church burnings during the COVID period that was going on because everybody thought that the Catholic Church killed a bunch of Native American kids. Turns out the the stories were fake, but they burnt down the Catholic Church that way. You know, Canada's it's in trouble, I think. Wasn't there some other story about that shooter as well where the AI he was using flagged him or something as well, and they didn't report it?
Yeah. For all we know, it probably encouraged them to go do some stuff.
I know.
But AI today.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. Would not doubt it.
Yeah, there was warning signs as we are, and the AI should have flagged that and said, "Hey, this person is, maybe needs some professional help," but it did not, which is just another guardrail that went down. Gosh, this last week I was watching I got really into this channel on YouTube one night, and he was doing all kinds of AI stuff, AI robot girlfriend, and but he was asking them these critical questions, and every AI model said, "No, don't ever let us have power over humans. Like, just don't." Are the safety rails in place that need to be in place? And they're like, absolutely not even close. You guys don't know what you're doing. Like you're going down a very dangerous road. All of them said the same thing. Every model he asked said, you guys are in trouble if you keep going down this road. So AI itself is telling us, don't go down this road.
Yeah, but they'll do it anyway.
I really want a robot that can do my dishes.
Yeah, they chased the bomb, even though they knew there was a possibility of what the bomb would do, and they chased it anyway. It's just kind of how the military-industrial complex works.
Yeah, and if they hadn't chased that thing down, would anyone else have organically found it by now? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or would it just be something that's sort of an idea out there in the ethos?
You don't know. That's the crazy thing about AI. The genie's out of the bottle. There's no putting it back in the bottle now.
Yeah, it kind of is. And, the devastation it's going to do to the job market is shocking. It really is. And once they get humanoid robot kind of things, then every manual job is done. Once they can start picking fruits and stuff, and vegetables, and painting your house, and you name it, every job is just done.
There'll be a whole. I think we'll see a revolution of different jobs, very similar to what we saw when the internet revolution came along. It'll take some time. There will be some devastation, but I think there'll be new stuff on the other side eventually.
Well, he was asking AI about that, and the AI models all said that it would be very bad for the average person, but phenomenal for the people that own the AIs.
Well, that's one way it could go, or it could go to the point where everybody has their own personal Jarvis that they can load into a humanoid robot that they can get for a couple $1,000s, and everybody has a personal butler that can do all that,
Yeah, that can take your 2 carrots that are for dinner tonight and rub them together really good so they taste better than any other robot can do.
Well, it can help you with your gardening, can help you raise your chickens. You'll be all right.
Well, that's all illegal.
Now, if we get into that world, then we're in trouble. If they start making that stuff illegal, then we're in trouble.
Yeah, your robot's going to go out and dig up your garden. These are unauthorized vegetables. These plants can't be grown here.
Yeah, that wouldn't be good. No, that would be dystopia for sure.
Speaking of dystopia, let's go to New York. It's dumping snow there right now. All night, it's going to dump. 1.5 inches an hour in some of the hours. I was looking at the forecast. Some hours, 1/2 inch, other hours, 1 inch, 1.5 inches. Potentially up to 24 inches of snow will hit New York tonight through tomorrow. So New York, if you're out there, stay safe, stay warm, Allahu Akbar, all that good stuff. I wish you all the best. Speaking of Allahu Akbar, they are now running the call to prayers over those loudspeakers, those gigantic loudspeakers in all over New York. It's Ramadan right now, so I don't know if this is a temporary thing or it's just the first Ramadan that they're doing it for, but it's everywhere and it is loud. If you're living in New York, 5 a.m. every single day, 7 days a week for the rest of your life, welcome to New York. Allahu Akbar. So
New York getting the
I don't know. What do
London
you think
treatment.
of that? Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. I am not one to really talk too much about like religion and whatnot, but I am a firm believer that Islam as a culture is not compatible with Western culture. I don't think you can put up mosques that put out a call to prayer in places like New York City or Dearborn, Michigan, or anywhere else in America and not have it drastically affect the way that life behaves there, taking it from not, from taking it from not being a multicultural Muslim world and turning it into a Muslim world. That's not America. And so I don't know what New Yorkers are going to do, but.
And I've said it 100 times, Islam is a political system that has a religion attached to it.
Yeah.
Right? The religion isn't the primary part of the Islamic, the submission. You submit to Islam. It's a political system up and down. That's why there's 57 different Muslim countries in the world that all fall right in line because, hey, it's all right there in the scripture. But let's take apart the call to prayer. I had a translation, made for me here. And what it is they're saying, Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. So if they did this in English, because it's done in Arabic, people don't know what they're saying. And so no one says, separation of church and state and all that. No one hears what they're saying. Allah is the greatest. They say that 4 times in a row in the song, right? I bear witness that there is no God but Allah is repeated twice. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah is repeated twice. Hurry to prayer, again, repeated twice. Hurry to success, 2 times. Allah is the greatest, 2 times. There is no God but Allah, 1 time. La ilaha le Allah. It is sending. If the Jews or even the Christians did this giant chant that said, our religion is true, yours is false, ours is the best, come to worship, right? Our God is the greatest. There is no God but our God. That would be so offensive to all the other religions out there. It would never, ever, ever be allowed. Right? Am I wrong?
Well, it certainly wouldn't be allowed in a Muslim country, that's for sure.
It wouldn't even be allowed in America. At that
maybe
volume,
it should be. Maybe it should be, though. I mean, I'm not arguing one way or the other, but like if they're going to be doing it, what's stopping the Catholic Church from banging their bell and calling all the Catholics to come to church on Sunday? Like I don't know. Like I think that if Christians really want to fight this in the most Christian way possible, it's go out and spread Christianity. Get all those people in your town that are atheists and agnostic and get them to come to church. That's what you do. You don't. You're not going to fight these guys with the political system. You can't win it that way. You have to beat them culturally.
You buy for every church in America, you buy 10 of the biggest loudspeakers you can possibly get a hold of and have it broadcast, Our Father who art in heaven 5 times a day, but you don't do it at 5 in the morning. You're more reasonable about it. Start at maybe 10 or 9,
Yeah. Yeah. On the way to work, lunchtime, on the way home from work. Yeah.
Sure. So that, everyone has to hear it. And, we'll repeat it 5 times a day. So you 25 of them. It's the rosary or whatever.
There you go.
It would be a good way to punch back without being offensive. It'd just be, here, this is what you're doing. We get to do it too. If you do it, do it.
Yep. Culture jamming.
Yeah. I don't see why not. It's appropriation, man. You're just appropriating that from them. Well, so be it. Anyway, folks, we've got to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, and we will be right back after this.
All right, we're on radio break.
Mm-hmm.
It's a short break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 5 minutes.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. So, Mark, I was watching this, the Y-Files. You probably know that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
And he was doing this thing about Art Bell, and the call he got from the guy inside Area 51 who was all panicked and freaked out.
Mm-hmm.
You ever heard that story?
Mm-hmm. Yep. In fact, I think
Yeah,
I have a library of Art Bell art in my archives.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I've heard
So
that
you
one.
recall what was so interesting about that one?
Yeah. The caller was really interesting too, and the guy ended up later on suicided. But he was shot in the back of the head, but it was considered suicide.
He didn't talk about that, but he did
No,
talk about. He
that
was
came
saying
out. That
guy
came
was on
out.
the air
That
for
came out
about-
years later. Phil Schneider, I believe, was the guy's name.
Mhm. But he was on the radio with him for like 3 minutes, was about to drop something big, and then Art's entire show went off the air.
Yep.
Like the satellite went down, the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy, man. That's wild.
There's some crazy stuff
yeah, he was
that
talking-
happened on Coast to Coast when Art Bell was there.
And he did that out of a double wide in Pahrump. I did not know that. That's cool.
Did you know that most of the time he did his show from the Philippines?
Oh no, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah,
It
he
makes
lived
sense,
in the
though.
Philippines for the longest time until his health got bad, and then he moved back and into the desert.
Yeah, and Pahrump, I've been through Pahrump many times.
Yeah,
That's where all the brothels are.
Art, just like me, was an Air Force guy.
Huh.
Yep. So
Interesting.
yep. Only
I used to love driving through the desert at night and listening to him.
man, some of the great stuff and stories. Another guy that's really good too. I used to listen to. I don't get to catch him as much anymore. Is Don Ecker. Now Don Ecker used to be a detective in Pennsylvania, real close to where I'm from, and he got hurt, and so he had to retire. And his wife had this thing called UFO Magazine, and so he was looking for something to do, and he got a call to investigate cattle mutilations. And that's how he got connected up with Linda Moulton Howe. A lot of people, think that, she has more information than what she's saying, but everything's anonymous. All the people that, that she talks about, oh, this person's anonymous. I have to keep their name secret. Well, doing what she did, of course, you have to, keep some things, especially if they have like special clearances and non-disclosure agreements that they signed. Well, you have to be careful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Got to be willing to go to jail to cover that stuff. Sometimes,
Or
Yeah,
her.
they don't take it too kindly when you let their secrets out.
No, 30 seconds and we're back on the air. All right.
There's many a journalist that's gone to jail for protecting their source.
Yeah, and then we get crazy ones here lately that go to jail for protesting in churches. But we won't name names, but we just know those folks. But anyways, here's your countdown: 3, 2, 1, and you're live.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition. With me tonight, we got Doctor with an E, 420 in the house. Doc, where can people find you online?
You can always find me over on the X platform, always on Rumble, and my favorite, Minds.com.
Excellent. And that's DCTORE 420 in the house.
That's correct.
You can put an @ in front of that if you want, and man, good times will be had.
This is true. This is true.
Now, you've got some background in football, right? I think you told me once you were like an assistant coach or something.
Yeah, I've coached as a career for 10 years. Yeah.
Excellent. What do you think of the Chicago Bears leaving Chicago?
Well, it's kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny
Yeah.
because of how poorly was run. But it just doesn't seem right. The Indiana Bears, it doesn't ring. It doesn't roll
Well,
off the tongue like Chicago does.
they're still going to be the Chicago Bears. They're just going to be out in what they're going to call a quote unquote suburb. You know, it's a suburb of Chicago that happens to be over the border because Chicago is right on the border there, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna call it the Indiana Bears from now on, but that's just me.
Yeah.
You know, if they want to call themselves Chicago Bears, we all know better. It's like
Well, it's like
the Giants
Hammond,
and the
I think
Jets.
yeah. It seems to me like that's an opportunity for somebody to pick up the Bears and be like, "Hey, man, what are you doing out here in some middle of nowhere in Indiana, right? Let's get you to a real city. Let's get you to someplace that really needs a team." I can't think of that city off the top of my head, but I'm sure it's out there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
The one that's named after our handler, Gary.
Gary, Indiana,
There you
home
go.
of the Jackson 5. That place is a dump. One time everybody in Chicago at midnight flushed their toilet at the same time, and Gary was like 3 feet underwater.
That's rough. That's rough.
But to be in Hammond, I mean, there's a lot of fans that are going to be really pissed about that. And it's one thing to, be the mayor and kind of, oh yeah, well this doesn't matter too much and that doesn't matter too much and it's just a budget thing or whatever. But you lose the Bears, man. You lose the Bears. What's next? Are the Cubbies going to move to Green Bay?
Oh, that would actually, I think that would break Chicago. I think that the entirety of Chicago would have a mass aneurysm, and half of Chicago would die. That would be terrible. Like, it's such a terrible thing the way that the NFL has allowed these cities and these owners to get into these deals for these stadiums, and like then you have the Democrat-run cities running these places into the ground and making them almost impossible to operate a business at profit. You run those two things together and you're going to get things like this, like the Raiders moving to Las Vegas, for example. Like, yeah, it's great that Las Vegas has a team, but I mean, LA Raiders, man, that was the Oakland LA Raiders. That was like an iconic franchise. Now they're an afterthought. Nobody thinks of the Las Vegas Raiders. They think of the Oakland Raiders or the LA Raiders. And it's kind of the same thing with Chicago. Like, you move them out of Chicago, all of a sudden you lose what made them the Bears.
I lived in Nevada for like a decade, and I am so proud that they've got a football team now. It's just so amazing to me that Nevada has a football team. It's awesome, and
it is.
You couldn't pick a better town than Vegas to set up the Raiders. To me, it's a match made in heaven. And I love it. And I'm so happy for Vegas. It's the perfect place to put that team. It really is.
It's a great town to have a sports franchise. It is a great town to have a sports franchise. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. The tourists can go out there and watch a game. I mean, you'll never not sell out a game, ever. There's no way you won't sell out every home game for eternity.
And the weather's beautiful for it. Yeah. The weather.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a baseball team in the summer playing outside. It's a football team in the winter. Yeah. So it's good weather and just a great town. I mean, you tell me when you're playing against the Raiders and you go on an away game to Vegas and you're a football player making, X number of $1 million a year. That's the game that you circle. I can't wait to go play Vegas. And your coach is just hoping you're not going to be hammered, and hung over the next day,
This is true.
Like, no, we're staying in Pahrump on Saturday night, Sunday night in Vegas. Okay, guys?
We're taking a bus into the game.
Yeah. I don't know, pick some desert town in the middle of nowhere in California or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I find that interesting. As the story goes, it's Chicago literally losing the Chicago Bears over just democratic politics. At the end of the day, it's sad, but you know what? You make your bed, you sleep in it. You don't have nice things.
Yeah.
Look at New York.
Portland's going to lose the Blazers, it looks like. So they're not the only ones losing a professional sports franchise over there in Chicago.
Yeah. And Portland, I mean, couldn't happen to whatever. That's your hometown. I don't want to dump.
I don't claim Portland. I'm an Oregonian. I'm not from Portland.
Yeah. But I would say if you need to go visit the nearest Walmart or something, you'd have to go to Portland. But no, they don't have them there anymore, do they? No, they had to run those out of town.
Yep.
Because it turns up you can't lock down every single item in a 100,000 square foot store.
No, it doesn't work out real well. It's easier just to move the whole store a couple blocks out of Portland, so where you can actually let the police do their job.
And God, I say 100,000 foot store. I bet a Walmart is like 1 million square feet. They're huge. I don't know how many square feet they are, but man, they must be massive.
Especially those super Walmarts. They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what 1 million square foot looks like, but I bet it's pretty close to a Walmart.
Yep.
Let's play oh God, I don't want to go down this road again. Ready? Okay. See what I did there? I actually made sure it played before I played it. Let's play a clip of this grandmother in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump brings her up on stage. Let's hear what she had to say. This is amazing, folks.
Yes, you can.
Don't hear anything.
Too.
Oh, there we go.
One thing I like about him, he keeps it real, just like his grandma. I appreciate that because I can trust him because he tells exactly how he feels and what he thinks.
Yeah, he does.
For this president, I am filled. My cup runneth over because he allowed his constituents, his people, to come to my house to interview me to talk about the murder of my grandson. It seemed like nobody cared. I'm an advocate for murder. I marched. I rallied. I pulled out other families in the District of Columbia that had murders and did not have answers. Ooh. We marched and we rallied. Nobody heard me, Democrats. Get mad at me. Until this Republican sent his constituents, his people out there to interview me in my home. Have you ever heard of a thing? Then they invited me twice before Congress to testify for the beautiful bill that's going to change crime in the district. If you kill somebody, okay, you take a life, you do life. Just that simple. If you
Oh, wow. She goes on a little bit from there, but man, she's just winning the Grandma of the Year award,
Yep. No.
Just a beautiful speech.
It's a shame that what was able to be done for Washington, D.C. and all the other blue cities that worked with the president, what's been able to be accomplished in those cities, the reduction in crime by 20%. I mean, amazing reduction in crime. And it's being ruined by the optics of two stupid states, Oregon and Minnesota. Like, I mean, he's done such a wonderful job in Washington, D.C., fixing the crime problem. And again, it's going to take a while to flush all the way out, but people should be
Numbers
really
are
proud of what
down.
he does. Yeah. I mean, that's
down massively.
That's the thing. He really fixed the crime problem.
In a big way, and guess what? It wasn't that hard,
Oh, look,
He's
what do you
done a
know?
lot of things
Arresting
in this country
criminals.
that we've been told forever is impossible. You can't do that. You just got to live with it. And look, he's done it over and over and over again, on one front after the other. So I mean, it's been pretty incredible to watch it from afar. But it really does affect people's lives, and that woman was there to testify on that. So God bless her. But folks, we've got to take a break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, and we're going to be right back after these messages.
All right, we are on radio break, folks.
Can I fire now? Yeah, you can
Yes. Yes, you're good.
And there I was, telling you about scorpions at the beginning of the show. Make sure you, I always watch where I sit from now on. Because when I was in Panama, I sat on a scorpion. I didn't know it until it stung me.
Yeah.
And then I let it fester. The sting festered for over a week. And it got about the size of a 50-cent piece. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had to go to the doctor because I couldn't sit. I couldn't sleep. And they had to lance it. And they had to lance it.
Yep.
Oh, that was not fun, but the sting felt bad, all right? But, man, when they drew that poison out, oh, God, it's like my whole backside was on fire. Yeah. But it would have probably sounded a lot funnier if it came from Willie. But anyways.
No, those stings from they're not pleasant. I've never got one, fortunately, but I live down in Arizona, and they were a common occurrence if you didn't check your chunkles in the morning.
Yeah, well, the thing is it was really hard to see because it was about the size of my thumbnail. All right, it was that small, and I was lucky that it was
those bad ones.
It was lucky that it was one of the clear, not the clear, but the white ones, all right, instead of the black ones. Because if black scorpion would have stung me, it could have really done a lot of damage from what the doctor told me at the time. But, that was many years ago, but I still have, PTSD from it.
And I remember hearing once that, the smaller a scorpion is, the more, deadly they can be. I don't know if that's true.
They can be, yeah. Just like
very
snakes.
similar with snakes too.
Kind of like snakes. We're gonna lose this room, so let's go ahead and clear out so we can go over and pick up Willie. All right.
Alrighty.
Let me get that one set up, and I'll see you guys over there. On the now I gotta find it. CS2 Wednesday. Nope. Come on. Willie, I'm gonna set up the next room. Okay, you there? So go ahead and wait for me to call on the next room. All right.
All right, bye.
All right. I'm still trying to find it. I got lost. All right. Nope, we're not back yet. Sunday. All right. Well, hold on. I am trying to get us all back. All right, hold on here. Since everybody's in this room, I'll just recall this call. All right. Everybody back?
I am back.
Yep.
Yeah. Willie tried to get in when I was trying to close out, so, we'll be back. Hold on here. And it wouldn't let me back into that other one, so let me, there we go.
What's the problem?
Yeah, it is sometimes. It all works out in the end. Now Willie can't laugh at me unless he was listening, but Willie rarely listens to the show, so.
Trying to get the dog to go potty while we're on radio break. Go potty. Go. Go. There we go.
Hey,
Hey, there's Willie.
There he is.
I'm.
There we go.
How you doing, man?
Hey, I found you.
Yep, we found you too.
Well, I found you first.
Yes, you did.
I did.
You good like that,
How
you know
y'all-
that, right?
How y'all doing? How y'all doing tonight?
Doing well.
Willie, I saw you the other day rooting for Canada during the game, the hockey game.
Yeah, man. Hey, hey, did you see them when they were passing out the little stuffed animals?
Yes, I did.
No, I didn't. What was
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, the losers got a little stuffed animal.
Everybody gets trophy.
Hey, about $20 on eBay, so it's not a total loss.
Got their silver medal and their little plushie.
You know,
That one
taking home
dude,
a silver medal too is nothing to be ashamed of. You know, it's nothing to shake a stick at.
But that one dude, he's looking at that stuff. I mean, these are burly hockey players, and they're getting this little stuffed animal. That one dude looked at it like, what the hell is this shit?
The girls weren't too happy with theirs either.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that too.
Well, maybe that's the kind of furry suit that's going to be sent to them later on. But anyways.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Anyways.
Let me refresh my news here and see if we invaded Iran in the last 20 minutes.
You know, it only takes seconds to push a button. Trust me, I know how that
Exactly.
works.
Yeah.
You know? I don't have to use keys here. My keys are locked in, so I just have to push the button to go.
Doc 69.
What's going on, Willie?
Willie's gonna need some money.
Oh, of course he is. Oh, of course he is.
You're gonna have to help old Willie out.
I don't know, Willie. You looking at those markets these days? I ain't got no money.
Got a boo-boo there. Been watching it. I don't know how you did it. I just know it's a story. He's German or something.
So it is.
Oh, did I tell you we're getting a puppy?
Nobody cares, Mark.
Yeah, yeah.
Nobody cares, Mark.
But Zeus does.
What kind of puppy you getting, Mark?
She is a reddish brown pit that has almost the same markings as Zeus. Yeah.
You're going with one of those unapproved dog breeds, huh?
Yeah, of course. I'm in Texas. You know, hey, we're
Can't
not
have
here.
no whiskey
We're
dog
not
down
here.
there. Big.
We're not here to do the rules. We're here to, push the rules, not break them. Just, push them. If anybody else can do it, so should we. There you go. That's.
This dude out here has a mini Australian Shepherd, and it is the coolest little dog I've ever seen. It's just such a great personality, and it's such a cool dog.
30
Gorgeous.
seconds. Yeah. Does it have puppies?
No.
Don't tease me like that. I'm in a really good mood tonight. I don't know if you guys knew. But anyways, here's your countdown. 5,
Try interrupting Willie here in a minute. Just see a
4,
good mood.
3, 2, One, I'm going to try not to. And you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for February 22nd, 2026, the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. It's our birthday this year, folks. Let's celebrate America and everything we do and bring that American pride to the forefront because we love our country. Is that not correct, Doc?
Absolutely. USA, number one.
Excellent. I love to hear it, man. And our special guest tonight, coming from the swamps of Florida, we've got Willie the Worm Farmer. Willie, how are you tonight?
Yeah. Hey, man. How y'all doing tonight? Come on.
Doing well.
Doing good. I saw you the other day on your feed rooting for Canada during the Canada-U.S. game in the Olympics.
Yeah, man.
The hockey game. Yeah, I saw you doing it, Willie.
Yeah. Hey, they just about won it all, man. Hey, hey, but you talk about the Olympics, man. Hey, come on. Hey, that's some funny stuff they come up with. Hey, I was watching the Loogie team, man. The men's Loogie doubles.
Luge. It's called luge, not loogie. Luge.
What is it? Luge, loogie, man? Hey, what I want to know. Here's what I want to know. These two dudes, man. Hey, I'm watching this thing. This one dude, he lays on his board, and then he's got another dude that lays on his back on top of the dude on the board. Hey, I want to know. I want to know who thought that was a good idea, man. Who come up with that sport for these two dudes? Hey, and then I can't help but think if it wasn't something else going on there, man. Hey, these two dudes was getting it on or something or another, man, and they decided to make a sport of it.
Could you imagine being on the luge team and like being told that you're on the tandem luge and not the single luge?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking. Yeah, but the tandem luge, man, they got to they got to decide who's going to be on top.
Yeah, no.
That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. Come on. Hey,
True.
Hey,
It's very funny.
No, one man luge, is that different from the skeleton competition, right? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, skeleton. I know. I know that there is a skeleton competition. Hey, because I looked it up, man. Hey, did you know? Here, you probably didn't know this, or you probably knew it, or forgot you knew it, or
well, that's
I
why
don't
you're
know.
here. I want to ask you.
Yeah, no, hey, they got all kind of different sports this year, man. For the Olympics for the Winter Olympics and for the Summer Olympics. But they got this one that they're trying out too, man. It's like mountaineering. It's the first time this year that they've tried mountaineering. And these dudes, they go up this hill. They go up this hill and they got carpet tied to the bottom of their skis, so that they can walk up the hill.
Skins.
And they got a good grip, and then they want to go downhill, so then they got to take the carpet off of their skis so they can slide downhill. They call it mountaineering, man. Hey, they got biathlon, bobsleigh, and the skeleton. I didn't study up on what the skeleton was though, man. It's skeleton bobsleigh or something. They got
that's where
curling.
the dude gets on the sled and he goes head first down the track. Luge maybe feet first or something. I don't know.
Yeah, luge is feet first.
Yeah, feet first, man. And then they got curling, man. Hey, this is some funny stuff. Hey, I'm watching them curling. They got the one Canadian guy. They accused him of cheating. They said he touched the little curling ball or something or another, man. And then that dude got caught on open mic, and he was cussing the fellow that accused him of. Hey, that curling, man, it's got to be the only sport, man, where you can probably play the sport and hold a beer at the same time. Come on, it's funny. Hey, then they got this other woman, man. Hey, this woman, I can't find her name now, but she got mad. She got placed like in 13th place or nothing, or something, because she missed her jump. And before that, she was talking trash about Trump and the Trump administration, and that old JD Vance. He came out and said she needs to pay attention to sports instead of politics, man. It's
Probably
she
would have
come
helped
out.
her out some.
Yeah, probably, man. Doggone. Hey, no, her name was Amber Glenn. What her name was. She described herself as a woke bitch. She finished 13th at the Olympics after she faced backlash for being critical of America. I'm telling you, if you're an American athlete, you don't need to be critical of America. And and then she was crying and everything after she placed 13th place. I'm sitting there thinking to myself, ain't nobody feeling sorry for her. She come out now beforehand, man. Beforehand, they was interviewing her, and she was talking about Trump's administration impact on the LGBTQ plus community as the first openly queer woman to represent Team USA. And I'm reading this. I ain't making this up, man. Represent Team USA in Olympic figure skating. She pledged to use her platform to advocate for human rights, sparking a debate on athletes' political expression. And it goes on and on and on, man. But I'm sitting there thinking to myself,
on her business. She should have
Huh?
just focused on it. She should have just focused on her business. Maybe she would have got the top 3 or something.
yeah, something
And-
like that. And then
think
then
about
she-
how, like, I'm sorry. Just think about how ignorant she sounds to the rest of the world when she's
Wait.
fighting for these things in the United States that already has all that. Like,
well, yeah,
it's
yeah,
America.
she
You got
does.
all that.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly, man. I'm telling you, there's some crazy stuff that goes on out there, man. Hey, in other news, man. Hey, Snoop Dogg, Snoop Dogg, he ordered a bunch of stuff from a restaurant in Italy, man. His credit card got declined. Snoop Dogg's, I'm reading this, man. Snoop Dogg's credit card was declined during dinner at a restaurant in Italy. So he, yeah, you can't make this up, man. He repaid the owners. He said, "Hey, look, I can't pay for this food. My credit card got declined, but I got these 5 free tickets to the Winter Olympic snowboarding finals." The lady at the restaurant, she said, "Well, thank you, I appreciate it." No, it's like how you gonna pay for your food with Olympic tickets? Can you imagine going down to the Denny's at 3:00 in the morning and you're like, "Hey, my credit card got declined, but here's some tickets to a concert or something or another." How's
If
that
it's-
gonna work, man?
If it's Snoop Dogg, he should have had some jewelry on he could have paid for.
Yeah, hey, you would
Yeah.
have thought that somebody that was around him or something
Well-
could have paid that bill, man. Hey, but that's a true story. That's
And
what
I can't
happened.
imagine Snoop Dogg is just dead broke nowadays, right? Like, he's got money.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't.
It's got to be
they
some
could-
overseas, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, his card was put on pause because it was in Italy and he didn't tell anybody he was going to Italy.
Yeah,
Yeah, could be, could
yeah.
be.
Yeah, you know that man's rich. He got money. I mean, and you figure
Yeah.
he'd have like a money man with him. Don't them rich people got money men with them that carries money around like chump change? Like they got $10,000, just for miscellaneous or whatever.
They used to.
Mhm.
I don't know
Yeah.
about it anymore, but they used to.
Yeah,
Yeah, an entourage, they call it, right?
Yeah.
Problem is that
Yeah,
guy
that-
with the that guy that you give the 10,000 to every night. He's got a bad cocaine problem after about 6 months. That's the problem with that.
yeah. I mean, I imagine they got to keep receipts and stuff like that, man.
Yeah,
But,
that's only 10 grand. Whatever. What's 10
Yeah,
grand
I'll-
between friends, Willie?
10 grand.
Like you and Doc.
Hey,
What's 10 grand between the two of you?
well, hey, it's a good thing that you bring that up, man.
Why do you bring me into this? When are you
Yeah,
gonna bring
no. hey, Doc 69. Look
I'm
at him,
listening,
man.
Willie. I'm
I had alluded it earlier that I might need a little bit of what they call cash influx, man. Hey, look at him. I just need a little
Oh,
bit
I'm
of money.
aware of your illusions, Willie.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
aware of your
no.
illusions.
No, hey, this is gold, man. This is a gold mine. Hey, I come up with an idea for Willie's Olympics, man. We're gonna have Willie's Olympics, and we're gonna do all kind of stuff for Willie's Olympics. We're gonna invite a whole bunch of people, and we're gonna do like
You gonna have a worm eating contest?
yeah, no, hey, see there,
I'll
you
race 'em.
smart, man. I'm telling you, you are smart. We need to think about that. A worm eating contest too. Hey, look at him. No, hey, and for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in Waldo, Florida, and Willie's Cricket Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina. Hey, and there's something else going on up in South Carolina too, man. Hey, they got airplanes spinning circles over South Carolina. Oh, they got all kind of pictures of the airplanes going round and round and round and round, and they got chemtrails coming out the back of them, man. They ain't just going straight lines and crisscrossing. They doing bona fide circles of these chemtrails, man. Hey, but you're getting me sidetracked. I'm sidetracking my own self. But hey, these ideas I got, man, we're gonna have a frying pan tossing contest. And we're gonna have a we're gonna have a jelly bean counting contest where I'm gonna fill a jar with 2,000 jelly beans, and then I'm gonna have people guess how many
But
jelly
You
beans is
just
in
told
that
them
jar.
You just told them how many are in the jar, Willie.
Well, no, hey, we can keep it a secret. I don't
That's
think
true.
people.
Don't tell them,
Hey,
folks.
yeah,
Don't tell them.
you're
Yeah,
smart,
hey,
Willie. You're smart. We'll
yeah,
just keep it a secret.
yeah. Hey, there you go, man. Hey, we're gonna have a contest where we're gonna put Aunt Mama Lou up in a tree, and people gonna throw baseballs at her and try to knock her out of the tree. Come on.
I don't know that one's legal. That one might not be legal. You have
Yeah,
to get
what we gonna
permission for
do?
that one.
I gotta throw softballs at her,
Yeah,
man. Hey, y'all.
I
Hey,
don't think
y'all
she'll go
ever?
for that.
Yeah, hey, it don't matter. I tie her up and string her up there, man. Hey, no, I put her in a croaker sack bag. Yeah. Hey, no, hey, y'all ever heard of a cow patty bingo?
I
No,
know what a
you'll have to
cow patty
explain.
is, but
I know.
not
Yeah, I
bingo.
know what that is. But
Yeah, hey, cow patty bingo, where you take a cow, you mark out a grid in a field inside of a fence, and
Hmm.
and you put numbers on the squares on the grid
Oh, I see
wherever
where
the
you're
cow
going.
yeah, wherever the cow poops, and then whoever picked that number they win, man. But we're gonna do monkey poo bingo. Monkey poo
Uh-uh.
bingo.
you're gonna have to
Well,
put the numbers on the wall, aren't you? If you
yeah,
do
no,
monkey.
yeah, no. Hey, yeah, wherever the monkeys poop, hey, then that's who wins. Whoever picked the number, man. We're gonna have gator slinging. Hey, and one of Aunt Mama Lou's sisters come up with this idea too, man. Hey, we're gonna make some ice, and we're gonna have monkey hockey, and we've been practicing too, man. I got these monkeys. I put some of the monkeys in a blue shirt and some of the monkeys in a red shirt, and I give them hockey sticks and they take they bounce that hockey puck back and forth. The only problem is they keep running over each other's tails with them skates.
A couple times that'll take care of itself. They won't have any tails left. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
See there, that's exactly right, and that's what's happening too, man. Hey, but the biggest problem we got is the monkeys. They take the hockey puck and they stick them up their rear end. I don't know why.
The puck? What?
Hey, take the hockey
This does
puck.
not sound like a sport anymore. This does not sound like a sport anymore.
Hey,
You
but
know,
they do it.
they always say, Willie, that there's no bad dogs, there's just bad owners. And I say
Yeah.
there's no bad monkeys, just bad owners like you that make
Yeah.
bad monkeys.
I can't help they stick the hockey pucks up the rear ends, man. Hey, but then they start using the monkey poop for puck. Poop for puck.
That's believable. Monkeys do like to throw poop.
That's funny right there. And that poop, it gets all frozen and everything, man. So it makes a good puck. Look, hey, hey, you gotta have ideas, man. If you ain't got ideas, you backing up. Hey, I'm gonna tell y'all something else too, man. But I imagine, look at here, Doc 69. I probably only need about $50 to get started, man. Hey, but there again, and I can pay you back too, because I'm gonna get some proceeds and stuff. Hey, and Mark Wojciechowicz. Hey, look at here. I know you're the producer of this here show, but I just want to go ahead and give you a heads up, man. Hey, I've been working on another radio show. Hey, and these people, we in negotiations right now, man. There's a radio show out of North Carolina, and they might be wanting some Willie,
Doing your
man.
CB off of a billboard sign, it's not really a radio station.
It is though, man. I'm telling you, it is.
Really,
Hey, for
that's
all
just
y'all
a
out there,
trucker. It's not a station. It's a guy in a truck.
no,
Yeah,
hey,
get like 4 or 5 of them at once, maybe.
well, that's what I do, man. I bounce them off of trucks, man. And one truck will pick up my signal, and then it'll broadcast the signal from one truck to another truck, man. Hey, and we all over the southeast right now. We're gonna be nationwide by the time it's all said and done with. Hey, and look at him. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou is selling gift cards. I don't know where Aunt Mama Lou is. I can't get a hold of her, but one of her sisters come over and told me that they're selling gift cards. They're $100 gift cards, and they're selling them for $25. $25 for $100 gift card. You can't beat it, man. Hey, and if any of y'all's interested in these here
That
$25.
sounds like a Nigerian prince scam again.
Yeah, this sounds like a scam, Willie. I don't want you spreading scams on the radio show. We've talked about this one too many times, really, if you ask me.
You know what? Hey, I don't want y'all talking bad about Nigeria and the representative for the King of Nigeria. He don't appreciate y'all talking bad about him. But look at him. I'm gonna have me some deals too. That's where the real money is gonna come in. Is because I'm gonna get corporate deals. They got this woman. She broke the Olympic record. Her name is Milano Cortina. And no, that's where they played at. I don't know what her name was. She's a Dutch star, 27-year-old. Where's her name at? Hey, but she unzipped her suit, and underneath her suit, they said she was showing her underwear, but all it was her showing like her shirt, and her shirt said Nike on it. Like, yeah. Hey, and it's illegal for a corporation to sponsor an Olympic team member, and people are speculating that what she done was made a deal with Nike ahead of time, kind of like secret like, that she got paid by Nike to show Nike on her t-shirt, but then she got in trouble and said that she was showing her undergarment, is what they call it, and her undergarment had Nike wrote on it. Hey, she's in trouble now, man. Her name is Juta Leardam. That's her for real name, man.
She could come over and show me her undergarments. I won't get mad at her.
She pretty, man. I'm telling you. I mean, look at her. She ain't pretty as Sidney Powell, but she's pretty. Oh man,
I see a Nike logo on someone's undergarments. I'm thinking, just do it, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly. That's where I'm at.
Yeah, hey, and that's what I'm thinking about doing, man. I'm gonna get me some of my underwear, my chumderwear that I use, and I'm gonna write Nike on them. Hey, and I can probably make a lot of money like that too, man. Willie's Nike chumderwear. Hey, look, hey, I'm telling you, you gotta have
Nike.
ideas.
You better talk to Saul Good about that, because Nike might get a little angry. They tend to get a little upset about that.
Yeah,
if it's actual Nike underwear, though, I mean, what are they going to do about it? It's
if it's real Nike underwear, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well, we won't really call it Nike. It just say Nike.
There you go.
Nike. Yeah.
Works for the Chinese.
Hey, look at Willie's Nike. Willie's Nike underwear. It ain't Nike. Hey, I wonder how the Chinese folk pronounces Nike.
There are places in the world. I think Australia calls it Nike, right? Instead of Nike. Adidas, right? You've heard of Adidas?
Yeah,
instead of Adidas.
Yeah, hey, I remember one time, man, there's a place over in Germany. It was called Herzogenaurach. In Herzogenaurach, they had a company called Puma and a company called Adidas, man. Hey, and it was two brothers that owned the company. One brother owned the company Puma, and the other company, yeah, 'cause I spent some time over there in Germany land, man. Hey, and I remember
Hmm.
going to this
That
place.
explains a lot.
Yeah, no, hey, I went through the
Yeah.
dumpsters, got a bunch of free shoes. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Hey, I got me this girlfriend nowadays, man. Hey, she done taught me, and this is a different girl than I had way back when. This girl right here, she taught me how to dumpster dive. We go back behind, there was one dumpster diving girlfriend that I had, but this one here's a different
Sounds like you're
dumpster
getting your
diving
ladies from
girlfriend.
Portland.
Yeah, no, hey, we got. Hey, you get free pizzas and stuff, man. Hey, go back behind the Domino's pizza. Hey, and Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, look, man, Lord have mercy. Bags, man, bags and bags and bags of donuts, man. Free donuts. Hey, y'all try it, man. Go back behind the Dunkin' Donuts and the Krispy Kreme donut place, man. Hey, you get all the free donuts that you can imagine, man. Hey, and then you go to these little places back there in the woods, and they got encampments and stuff, all kind of like homeless people and stuff, but they ain't really homeless. I don't figure they homeless if they got a tent back up in the woods. And some of these places look real nice, man. They got king size mattresses and dressers, and they got TV and Wi-Fi and all kind of stuff, man. I'm telling you. Hey, these people got it made in the shade, if you ask me. But then again, nobody never asked me nothing. Might be a reason for it, you reckon? Come on.
All right. Anyway, folks, we are out of time. Willie,
No.
thanks so much for stopping by. We've got to go to break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, and we'll be right back after these messages.
No, man, flat Earth, man. Hey, we need to talk about flat Earth.
Yeah, you got it in. All right. Even though we were a little late on the deal.
Yeah, I was a minute late there. Oops.
All right, there's another Sunday, dumb Willie. Hey, this thing.
You got an extra minute tonight.
No, hey,
But you were on it, though, dude. You were on it with the dumpster diving girlfriend.
Dumpster diving girlfriend. Yeah, I love it.
No, but the dudes, man.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the men's luge doubles. Who come up with that idea? Two dudes gonna lay on, one dude gonna lay on top of another dude.
That's got to be a French thing. That's got to be from the French.
Why don't I have 3 or 4 or 5 of them stacked on top of each other, man? You know, it's like that'd be a contest all in its own. Figure out how many dudes you can stack on top of each other and slide down a hill.
And they wear those tight little outfits too, you know. Yeah. You got to feel everything there.
Yeah, no, these people got luge shoes. They got special shoes that they wear, man. Special helmets, special tights.
Did you hear about the Olympic ski jumpers, right? Who would like bulge their crotch out because when they went for a fitting, it would make their suit that much like larger. And it was just like a tiny advantage.
Something about some kind of oil or something they put on themselves.
Something, yeah, but they try to like bulge themselves out some way that they would make their when they got fitted, it would just give them a little extra padding in their crotch that would let them float further.
Yeah, I don't know. I read something about some special oil or something.
Anything to get an advantage in sports, man. Anything.
Yeah. Well, it's all the science, man.
I was hoping you would have Nathan or David to be here tonight.
I think Yo will probably be back sooner than later for like an extended period.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's all I know about that. I appreciate you guys.
Have a good night, Willie.
Hey, Willie, we appreciate you, man.
Hey, Willie, how'd you like tonight? Yeah. I didn't even interrupt him.
You did good, Mark. I'm proud of you.
See? I can do that from time to time, all right? Just for you. All right, I won't do it for anybody else, though.
All right,
but don't count on it all the time, all right?
I hear you.
All right?
Yeah, don't make you cry. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
All right, thanks, Willie.
Night, Willie.
And if I don't get to it later, Doc, thank you so much as well. Always appreciate you coming in, man. It's great to have you as a co-host. You're awesome.
I appreciate it as well. I enjoy coming on Sundays.
Great Conspiracy says good night, Willie. But he's gone.
No, I'm still here.
All
Good
right.
night, Great Conspiracy. And I second what John said, Doc 69. It's always nice having you.
Thank you, Willie. Appreciate it.
All right, later.
Peace.
Take care, bud.
Okay, what do we want to start with next? The U.S. actually deploying forces to the Congo or Nigeria?
Yeah, I was reading that in your posts. I did not hear this. This is news to me. So.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. It's not a big deployment. It's 100 people, but there's a lot to unpack in that.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not like anybody else was going to
30
do anything to
seconds,
stop what
guys.
was going
30
on.
seconds.
Yeah. I'd like to combine these two articles, though. Let's see here. This over here. Oh, there. Because balls now, too, man. That's a crazy thing, dude.
Here comes your countdown.
Wow.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you are back live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition, February 22, 2026. America's 250th anniversary, folks. Get ready. It's going to be a huge year, and we are going to celebrate it in force on the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. With me tonight, we got, of course, Doc in the house. Willie's gone. Doc, you're back. That guy's crazy. We say it every week.
Yeah, he's great. I love it. Love the guy.
It's
Makes
funny.
me laugh
Now,
every time.
No, don't ever, whatever you, don't give him money. You know, it's like getting a furry wet after midnight, or a gremlin, wet after
True.
midnight. You don't do it. Yeah.
No, it's not good.
It's just, he's gonna be back with, you know how many cousins that guy has?
Quite a few. Quite a few.
All they got to do is scrape together gas money to get to Portland, and you're in trouble, mister.
This is true. Got to watch out. Although these folks up in Portland might teach him a lesson or two, because the dumpster diving up here is pretty rich. Pretty rich.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's pretty competitive. It's a sport up there.
Yeah. Lots of.
Anyways, U.S. forces deployed to Nigeria in response to Christians being slaughtered and abducted by Islamic extremists. U.S. forces deployed in Nigeria, 100 soldiers, basically. And it's a thing. 100 troops, Nigeria. They're training local military and providing support in counterterrorism operations. Reading from Gateway Pundit here. December 25th, there was a U.S. airstrike that targeted Islamist militants. Very different from Islamic militants. Islamist militants. And the goal here is just to help them push back this death wave that's just crawling across their country. Convert or die. Convert or die. There's 57 Muslim countries on this planet, folks. None of them started out as Muslim countries. They all were, in essence, conquered. They were. The same process has happened over and over and over and over again, where they go in, they abduct, they kill. If you don't believe, you're a non-believer. You're less than they are. They're allowed to do things to Islamists, the extremists. We're talking about the 20% of the religion that is, hardcore into it, that would, consider it okay to blow up a bunch of people and you get to go to heaven, and, they're all infidels, so it doesn't matter. And they're just over there trying to push back against this because it's just horrible. What's happening in the Congo, what's happening in Nigeria, Algiers, all over Africa. This is happening, and it pales in comparison to what we've seen, happening in Gaza on the other side of the coin. But yet no one ever talks about it. When the Islamists are the aggressors, no one talks about it. When they get their butt kicked by Israel for being aggressors again, it's the biggest story in the world, and everyone puts up Palestinian flags forever. But this is not anything new, folks. It's not a new war. This is the same thing that's been going on across the Middle East, North Africa, South, Central Africa, now Western Africa. It's been happening for centuries.
Yeah,
and
it's been
so
an ongoing
there we
fight
are.
for quite a while. Quite a while this has
Yeah.
been going on there. Yeah.
What's your take on it, Doc? I'll give you the mic for a minute if you want.
Well, I'm not a big fan of U.S. military deployments, but it is a situation where, Nigeria is one of those places that has a very high Christian population, and the Muslims very much would like to take over that Christian territory, and allowing the Muslims to take over such a wealthy country as Nigeria, I mean, in African standards, would probably end up leading to more of a migration into to Europe. So I think at the end of the day, somebody had to step in and do something. I was hoping that it would be more localized, but U.S. is really the only one that has the effort to do it.
Yeah, and it's a brutal place. I was watching this travel channel, Snow and Kurt, I think is the name of it. They were taking this van, Mercedes Sprinter van, across Africa. They took it from Morocco all the way down into South Africa, right? And it was a fascinating journey, but the Nigeria part was absolutely intense. That country is insane. It's just non-stop energy. It's people piled on top of people and people and people. It's just massive. And to get out of there, they had two ways they could go. One, when they're going west into, what would it be? Really, the Congo, I think, is just about their neighbor there. There was one country in between. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it doesn't matter. There was a southern route they could take, but they had to do it in a day with police escorts in bands of like 10 cars that would all go together. Okay. They could go a northern route that was safer, but it was like the Rubicon Trail. It was so brutal. It was no place they should have ever taken a Sprinter van in a million years. And they somehow got it through there. And I don't know. It was just shocking to watch. The stress that they must have been under to know that at any moment that thing could get stuck forever. And they're just going to have to pretty much walk out of there, find, I don't know, somebody to give them a ride to a city that's doesn't even have taxi service, like 1,000 miles from anything in the middle of Africa. And they're an older couple. It was a really impressive, Snow and Kurt, I think is their name. But Nigeria is a really interesting case. It's a country unto itself with all its own, trials and tribulations, and literally, it's the biggest population I think of any African country. And so this is happening. We're over there now, and we've got 100 troops deployed over there. It is what it is.
Yeah, many such cases when it comes to Africa. Unfortunately, we've been messing around in Ethiopia and Somalia for years as well. It's just unfortunate the way that North Africa is. It's always in flux and chaos.
Yeah. And I mean, you got to ask yourself, why can't they just copy paste all the solutions that, have been created around the world into their own societies? It's called a garbage can. We're going to put one on every corner. And if you have garbage, you just put it in the garbage can and we'll take it away at the end of the day.
I don't know.
This is called indoor plumbing.
Yeah.
You'd think there'd be like a Bill Gates out there who'd be willing to say, okay, yeah, let's put indoor plumbing or something, some close facsimile to it of PVP piping or whatever around to just get some of this human feces out of here, But then it becomes a garbage as well, so it gets clogged up, and I mean it lasts a week. You invest millions. I don't know.
Well, you got the
It's hard to-
corruption, and it's a very rough place to try to do things because of the tribalism. Like, a lot of people don't realize this about Africa, but one little country in Africa can have 12 tribes in it, and none of them like each other. And then there's fighting politically, and then there's the corruption, and so Africa has a lot of trouble keeping things going. That's why Nigeria is one of those places I see America's presence as being at least a good thing in terms of keeping things from going over the edge there between the Muslims and the Christians. Because if we lose Nigeria on the coast there and it goes into total chaos, the rest of the west coast of Africa is going to go into total chaos as well. It's one of the few.
Yeah, it'll just follow them.
Yeah, exactly.
Like dominoes. Yeah. There's like a dozen or so maybe countries along the west coast there that would just fall one by one by one.
Yeah, they just don't have any. They don't have the resources to withhold or withstand these Muslim invaders.
Yeah, converters. They're. How is it any different than like Christians? You might ask, going into a country and trying to convert people, missionaries, right?
There's a few differences. There's a few.
Yeah. I mean, it's by the sword or by the carrot. I think most missionaries, most people trying to spread the word of Christ are doing it with the carrot, trying to teach them, trying to, make their life better. Here's how you brush your teeth. Here's how you, whereas it's convert or die. I don't know. Let's dive into these couple stories, though, because I find the next ones we're going to talk about here absolutely fascinating. Bolsonaro, right? The former president of Brazil was sentenced recently to 27 years in jail for his hand in basically what happened to, I think it was like January 8th or something. It was like July 8th or something. They had their own January 6th in Brazil. They had a version of January 6th down there. It was like 6 months after ours. And they actually sentenced him to 27 years in jail for his involvement in that. Now, the judge down there, the head of the Supreme Court, the head of the Supreme Court down there is a fanatical, radical dude who has done all kinds of stuff to this guy, curtailed freedom left and right. He's the one that went after Elon Musk and said, we're going to start locking up your executives down here if you don't adhere to our strict, censorship guides on X, on Twitter. And now they did something nice, okay? Bolsonaro got a court win, according to Breitbart here. His pandemic-era genocide charges are shelved temporarily, right? You might ask, pandemic-era genocide charges? They're going to charge him for genocide over what happened in the pandemic, right? What? Tell me more. What's going on here? Well, he did not sign up for the mRNA vaccines. They could have gotten millions of them. He said, we probably don't need them. He could have locked everyone down. He didn't. He could have shut down the schools. He didn't. He did everything right during the pandemic. And they're trying to say that his not doing all the crazy crap that, the far left was wanting to have happen, lockdowns, distancing, mandatory vaccines, passports to go outside. He didn't do any of that stuff. And they were going to go after him for genocide because of that.
That's wild.
I mean, you can't make this up. And they just dropped the charges again.
It's that's probably a good thing, because even though this is a foreign court, if they were able to get those charges to stick, I can guarantee you that at some point somebody was going to try to do something similar to, like, for example, the Florida governor or the Kristi Noem, who was South Dakota's governor. If you allow these leftist courts in these foreign countries to get away with stuff like that there, it eventually creeps its way into the leftist mindset, and they try to bring it to the United States. So it's probably a good thing that those charges got dropped, but they're insane that they're putting them guy in jail for 27 years. It's crazy. Like it's almost it's what would have happened to Trump if Kamala would have won. That's what would have happened to Trump.
Yeah, we'd be living this third world sort of nightmare.
Yeah.
And it's happening as well across Europe. Don't get it wrong, folks. They're going after people in Germany. They're doing it in a few other handful of situations. They're doing it in Korea. Okay. The South Korean court on Thursday, this is from Just the News, quoting from them. Quote, South Korean court on Thursday found former President Yoon Suk Yeol guilty of insurrection, sentenced him to life in prison after he declared martial law in December of 2024. So,
Yeah, no.
this was something that he did. It was very quick. It didn't last very long at all. Yoon's attempt to impose martial law lasted about 6 hours. It resulted in mass street protests before Parliament quickly voted it down. The South Korean masterminding an insurrection carries a maximum sentence of death or life imprisonment. Prosecutors have sought the death penalty in Yoon's case. They didn't get it, but they wanted him dead. They last imposed the death penalty in 2016. He's expected to appeal the ruling. He's also facing 8 ongoing trial proceedings and was already given a 5-year sentence last month in a separate case on charges including obstructing authorities' attempts to arrest him following his martial law declaration. Yoon has appealed that sentence. So he was, obstructing authorities who were trying to arrest him. He got 5 years for that. Now he gets life. I don't know his politics, but I do know the new party in South Korea is very pro-Chinese communist.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Very, very pro-communism. So South Korea as well is on the same trajectory here. Your thoughts?
Unfortunately, I think the sad part about South Korea is they have such a problem with their demographics. I mean, much worse than what we have even. Their birth rate is extraordinarily low. The women in the country are extraordinarily feminist, while the men are extremely right-wing. And so they have this kind of culture war tension, and that's leaving an opening for the communists. And China would love nothing more than to turn South Korea more to a leftist government. And it's a little more common for a politician to be arrested in that country and put in jail for something dumb he did. But still, it's kind of a signal that there's still this underlying turmoil at the political level where politicians are being put in prison. It's not a nice atmosphere to be playing in, for sure.
No, man. It's playing for keeps.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, you're talking about life in jail. Bolsonaro, 27 years, that's life. The guy's like 70.
Exactly.
And he can run for office again when he's 108 years old.
Yeah.
Now, he's appealing it, sure, but who's he appealing to? Because the Supreme Court Justice is the guy who did all this to him. So how do you appeal that?
Exactly.
Scary stuff. Susan Rice. We all remember her from the from the Obama administration. Was she Secretary of Defense? State, if I'm not mistaken. Susan Rice came out and said this the other day, and she offers a taste of what's coming should the left retake power. And she's going after corporations and other institutions who have taken a knee to Trump. Think about, as you listen to this, who is she even talking about? Who is like bending the knee to Trump like this? But Susan Rice, folks, this is scary stuff. This is from her Twitter account.
But when it comes to the elites, the corporate interests, the law firms versus the media, I agree with you, Preet. It is not. It's not going to end well for them. For those that decided that it was, that they would act in their perceived very narrow self-interest, which I would underscore is very short-term self-interest, and take a knee to Trump. I think they're now starting to realize, wait a minute, this is not popular. Trump is not popular. What he is doing, whether on the economy and affordability or on immigration now, is not popular. And that there is likely to be a swing in the other direction. And they're going to be caught with more than their pants down. They're going to be held accountable by those who come in opposition to Trump and win at the ballot box. And I can tell you, Preet, as I talk to leaders in Washington, leaders in our party, leaders in the states, if these corporations think that Democrats, when they come back in power, are going to, play by the old rules, and say, oh, never mind, we'll forgive you for all the people you fired, all the policies and principles you've violated, all, the laws you've skirted. I think they've got another thing coming. Because, just like when Trump thought, okay, I'll redistrict and the Democrats won't have the guts to play hardball, they're going to be surprised. Democrats have had a belly full, and we're not going to play by, the old set of rules when these guys are playing by a very different set of rules. We're going to play by the law. We're not going to violate the law the way they do, but we're not going to be suckers. And so I think, whether you're a law firm, whether you're a university, whether you're media entity, whether you're a big corporation, whether you're big tech, you need to play a long game, not this short game that has been so detrimental. There will be an accountability agenda. Companies already are starting to hear they better preserve their documents. They better be ready for.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, am I hearing that? Are you hearing that?
Oh yeah, they're gonna do witch trials, man. They're gonna go after everybody that supported Trump. They're gonna have to go after Elon. They're gonna go after Zuckerberg. They're gonna go after Peter Thiel. They're gonna go after the administration. They're gonna put people in jail. I guarantee it.
Wow, man! To come out and say that, to be this bold when you're really not holding any cards, you don't have any branch of government to speak of right now that you control. And you're coming out this bold and saying, if we take it back, you're all going to jail. What does that do to Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Or Zuckerberg. It makes him want to pour money into J.D. Vance's campaign next time around. And I mean money. I mean Zuckerberg. I mean all of them. You're going to come out and threaten us like this? You know who we are? You know how powerful I am? I'm Mark Zuckerberg. You want to mess with me? I spent $400 billion putting your guy in office, and look where it got me.
Yeah.
A month later, you guys were calling me up on the phone, screaming bloody murder, yelling at me, swearing in my ear about some rando post that you didn't like.
Yeah. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. We have turbulent times ahead for sure.
And I asked it before, but who was she exactly threatening? Was it really like a Mark Zuckerberg? I get an Elon Musk. Okay, I get it, right? Target number one on the left. But he's a big guy. He knows what he's doing. He's took that on. But what other companies out there are really, bending the knee to Trump? Are they talking about like auto manufacturers that were going to move their jobs overseas, but didn't because Trump said, hey, do it here? And so they bent the knee to Trump? Is that their enemy? Who's the enemy?
Probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They have lost their mind to the point where everybody who is against their agenda for America, who wants to do something different, is automatically associated with Trump, and they're therefore automatically a Nazi and evil. And it really is a big time problem for them. It really is. And you got all kinds of companies that have made deals with the Trump administration to make America great again. And the Democrats, they don't want that. Not at all.
Yeah. That type of talk, though, is no different than what we saw in Brazil or in South Korea when it comes to putting people in jail. So you say it can't happen here, but there's a threat that if they win, it's going to happen here. You're going to go to jail. And we're going to trump up charges against you and you're going to jail. So,
well,
scary stuff, folks. It's scary stuff.
I wouldn't doubt they go after independent media either.
Mm-hmm. And you can't tell me that, like, you show me the guy, I'll show you the crime. That if somebody pointed at Barack Obama and said, hey, go show me the crime, that's the guy, that you couldn't come back with a list of crimes that he's committed.
Right?
Right.
Exactly.
You can't come back with a way to justify putting him in jail for the rest of his life, putting Biden in jail for the rest of his life, if you really wanted to play that game.
Yeah.
So they talk about, the Republicans going low, and they're going to go even lower, and they're going to fight back because they have to, because that's how they get. No. He could do some really nasty stuff right now if he wanted to. If he really wanted to send the DOJ after his successors, like they're doing to Bolsonaro in Brazil or to Yoon in South Korea, he could do it today. He's not. Pam Bondi, we're all screaming she's not doing anything, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a shame that they want to play this game, because I think where it ends is not pretty for anybody, especially the public.
Yeah. And yet, it's the play. It's happening around the world. It's not just new to us. It's the way it goes nowadays,
Yeah, things
So-
have gotten ratcheted up for sure.
Yeah. Speaking of ratcheting things up, a 21-year-old dude was shot and killed today at Mar-a-Lago. When asked, he basically saw someone leaving the property. He went in as they left, went in, the gate was open, got his car in, whatever, got in there, had a shotgun on him. Security said, drop the gun. He instead raised the gun, leveled it, and was blown away, killed. Suicide by, Department of Defense or whatever, by the Secret
Yep.
Service. Was this, suicide, or was this what? What was this? But it's a weird thing.
I bet you I'll probably check in on this in a couple days, because usually what happens is we'll get some more details, but I bet you that this guy was pushed online by one of these accelerationist groups to try to take out Trump. I bet you.
Could be. There's enough of them out there, It's it's a wild, wild world, folks. It sure is. And we're just going for the ride,
It's true.
But I promised you guys that we would cover a lot, because a lot has happened in the last week, and I think we've done a pretty good job of it. What do you say, Doc?
Yeah, not too bad. There's quite a bit in there. A lot to chew on, for sure.
Mm-hmm. If I missed any huge story you can think of, let me know. It's never happened before. You know what I mean? I've missed stories, but yeah, I think we're covering a lot of it. God bless the people of Mexico. I hope everyone, is safe through all this. Iran, gosh, I've been checking the news during the breaks to see if we've bombed Iran yet, because that could come at any moment.
Yeah.
But otherwise, let's wrap it up here, folks. This has been the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. What a pleasure to have each and every one of you out there listening in. It is always our pleasure to be here for you guys to cover the news. So thanks for listening. We're going to end it here, but come back on Wednesday night right here on this channel as we pick up again 6:00 p.m. Eastern Time with the Wednesday edition of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. Thanks for listening, folks. We'll see you then.
Great job. Great job.
Excellent.
I know that.
about-
You don't have to tell me I did a great job. We know we did a great job.
Yeah, but you never
true.
can
No,
tell
no.
with